Hello everyone there. There is lot of confusion about BC and AD, and moreover I will tell how calendar is formed which we use today, so keep watching. I have got really interesting facts, you will get astonished by them, as I got the knowledge about this when I am searching about early civilization like Indus Valley civilization etc. Firstly, what is this BC and AD which is used in most of the history books? Simply saying BC is before Christ's birth and AD is the after death. Be calm, I will tell you in detail about it, as this is half correct, as AD actually stand for Latin phrase Anno Domini, which mean in the year of our Lord. It actually was not fully implemented and accepted until several centuries after Jesus' death. It is interesting to note that the purpose of the BC-AD dating system was to make the birth of Jesus Christ the dividing point of world history. However, when the BC-AD system was being calculated, they actually made a mistake in pinpointing the year of Jesus' birth. Scholars later discovered that Jesus was actually born around 6 or 4 BC, not AD 1. That is not the crucial issue. The birth, life, ministry, death, and resurrection. Those who don't know the meaning of resurrection, it mean the concept of coming back to life after death. So resurrection of Christ is the turning point in the world history. It is fitting, therefore, that Jesus Christ is the separation of old and new. BC was before Christ, and since his birth, we have been living in the year of our Lord. Viewing our era as the year of our Lord is appropriate. In recent times, there has been a push to replace the BC and AD labels with BCE and CE, meaning before Common Era and Common Era, respectively. Devoid of religious connotation and thus prevent offending other cultures and religions who may not see Jesus as Lord. The irony, of course, is that what distinguishes BCE from CE is still the life and times of Jesus Christ. The term Anno Domini, AD, and before Christ, BC, are used to label or number years in the Julian and Gregorian calendars. I will tell you about this later in video. The amazing thing is that there is no zero in this scheme, so the year AD 1 immediately follows the year 1 BC. This dating system was devised by Dionysius Exiguus of Scythia Minor, but not widely used until centuries. There are two types of calendars, one which is formed by Julian and other by Gregorian. The Gregorian calendar is the most widely used calendar in the world today. For decades, it has been the unofficial global standard, adopted in the pragmatic interests of international communication, transportation, and commercial integration, and recognized by international institutions such as the United Nations. Traditionally, English followed Latin usage by placing the AD abbreviation before the year numbers. However, BC is placed after the year number. The abbreviation is also widely used after the number of a century or millennium. Millennium is equal to 1000 year. The Julian calendar, proposed by Julius Caesar, was a reform of the Roman calendar. It took effect on 1 January 45 BC by edict, mean official order. It was the predominant calendar until it was refined and gradually replaced by the Gregorian calendar. The Julian calendar gains, against the mean tropical year at the rate of 1 day in 128 years. For the Gregorian the figure is 1 day in 3030 years. The Julian calendar has a regular year of 365 days divided into 12 months. A leap day is added to February every 4 years. That the tropical year was slightly shorter as a result. The calendar year gains about 3 days every 4 centuries compared to observed equinox times and the seasons. This discrepancy was corrected by the Gregorian reform. The Gregorian calendar has the same months and month. lengths as the Julian calendar, but, in the Gregorian calendar, years evenly divisible by 100 are not leap years, except that years evenly divisible by 400 remain leap years. The Julian calendar is currently 13 days behind the Gregorian calendar. Isn't it interesting? Thank you for watching. Please like the video. For more information about history, my next video will be on ancient civilization, so, keep watching. It is more interesting than this. I will launch a Hindi version of it also.